There is a seeming mystery that has been going on for a while, which I want to dispel with this video. That mystery is, how is it that through pure dispassionate observation, we can create change in ourselves? There is a kind of line of thought out there that you cannot do enlightenment or achieve it by doing something, or that meditation is about doing nothing. So all of these kind of questions and kind of unclarities arise from one very simple fact, which I will clarify for you in this short video. My name is Pablo, this channel is Meditation Amsterdam, and today we talk about why observing something has an effect. Now, before you go into thinking that this may have to do with the observer effect in quantum physics or something of the like, the reality in the case of mindfulness practice is much more simple than that. And it is as follows. There is a part of the brain, which is in the frontal cortex, that has integrative powers. It is in touch both with the thinking part of our brain, but also with the emotional part, and even with the limbic part and that which controls our peripheral nervous system and the body. So that's kind of the part where things are being registered, if you will. And because of the way we develop as human beings, and in other videos I've mentioned the fact that trauma is there, or just simply the normal trauma of growing up, it means that the nervous system becomes very fragmented, and we also become very cut from the neck down. And when this happens, the part of the mind that is supposed to be registering everything that is going on at all times is only getting a few little bits and pieces of what's happening, especially in the body. Now, let's say that at some point you feel anxiety in your chest or your throat, and then you have thoughts that start to spin around it. Now, under normal circumstances, the entire experience would be jumbled up into a single undesirable blah feeling that you don't want to have. When you start practicing mindfulness, on the other hand, you start to observe those thoughts, you start to observe the sensations in the body very clearly, you disentangle them all. Now, why does simply observing create change? Is that not the same as doing nothing? It seems like you're doing nothing, you're just an observer, and yet the change takes place. And the reason is very, very simple. When you observe something with the mind, when you touch it with your attention, you are creating a neural connection between the part of the brain that registers things and that part that is creating trouble, in this case, perhaps anxiety in the throat. So the anxiety in the throat was a little piece of circuitry in your mind-body matrix that was kind of doing its own thing unattended. First of all, unconsciously, then it became conscious but undesirable. And then when you started practicing mindfulness, you started practicing touching it with your attention. Placing your attention there inevitably creates a neural connection towards that part of the body. It's not that mysterious, actually. It's magical in its own way, for sure. And then the debate about whether you are doing something or not becomes really redundant because it's the wrong frame. You are not doing anything in the sense of normal doership, but you are doing something in the sense that placing your attention there creates the very neural connection that solves the problem by integrating those parts of your neurology that were cut away and doing their own thing and flaring up, sometimes for no good reason at all. So I wanted to make this very short video to demystify that. It is, I think, the framing of the situation that puts an end to debates as to whether you can do or not do something during meditation, whether enlightenment is something that you can do. The answer would be no, in the sense that you can't do anything explicitly. And the answer is yes, in the sense that if you sit and observe and point your attention to problem areas systematically, then your neurology will connect in ways that were otherwise impossible and give you experiences of, or eventually a complete identity switch into no self and unity. So I wanted to clarify that in a very quick clip. As usual, if you think that this is content that would benefit others, liking, subscribing, sharing, and commenting is the best way to support the channel. And I'll be back with more content pretty soon. Have a good one. Cheerio.